Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Monday's newsy type video. So this should be more of a kind of a quick news, a kind of a just quick put out, because at the end of the day I've just come back from a little bit of a break. I had a little bit of break away from YouTube, MCOC related stuff, although I did grind out a lot of Labyrinth of Legends, which was kind of fun. I'm going to do a video series of guides and looking at different champion options, and as well looks like whilst I've been having this little bit of a break that well, Sabretooth has become more of a kind of a prevalent champion, especially with that Sasquatch synergy. And we're going to talk about that in a minute, whether or not Kabam may feel that they'll work to like nerf it in the future and other stuff as well when it comes to that. So click the timestamps to kind of positions that you want to go to. And yeah, we'll see where things end up. And before we get into the news today, massive thank you to my current Patreons, YouTube members, and as well Twitch subs. If you follow the on-screen instruction and want to give a free Twitch sub, please do by supporting the channel and clicking the link in the description. We're nearly at the point of 1,000 Twitter followers, so we're getting there. We're getting there to 1,000 followers. Following is free, subs is obviously the paid side of things, but obviously if you've got Twitch Prime, you can give a free Twitch sub as normally happens with having an Amazon Prime account. And just before we get into some of the main news stories today, I've been alerted to the fact that there's Cap Infinity War Synergy not giving out a passive weakness. So as you know, with Science Experiment, Science Champions place a passive weakness on the opponent, reducing the attack by 50%. Now, this is something that is not overly seen, as you can see in this scenario, and many players do point this out. And as Kabam Mike says, this is a good observation. There is no icon for that. It activates automatically with the synergy and remains active invisibly throughout the fight. So if you are wondering where it is, then obviously just to point out, it's invisible. Also, it may be a case there could be a slight issue with Medusa. I don't know. This was posted up a couple days ago or a day ago to and I think I was copied in on this to say that Black Panther Civil War in variant 3.1.2 center left path, and it was the first fight with Medusa. I applied Armor Shattered via SP1 and it goes for 26 seconds. After a few seconds the shatter is on. I was playing normally and suddenly, according to Black Panther Civil Warrior, ability armor up buffs popped up and should not happen after Medusa applies the Armor Shattered on him. I tried the fight again and still it pops up like Armor Shattered is not there. So obviously if you're familiar with some of the abilities, it could be an interaction issue. This could be something that may be a problem with variant 3 in particular. There could be a few other things at play here. You could say it's something to do with nodes possibly, but it could be a bug, a glitch, or something that's not working correctly, and that's something that that Kabam maybe need to look into. Next up, and fantastic news, is that the quest energy has improved for Alliance Quest. That is so good. It's so good as well because I'm hearing a lot of players have managed to get into Section 3 of their particular respective Alliance map. And it's so amazing news to find out that we're able to finish off our maps quicker and also get into other content, like use champions for different things, which is amazing. I mean, I'm at the moment in the middle of my my final path of Labyrinth of Legends before I then move on to other content. Like I'll be probably moving on to Act 6. I've got to do a lot of 6.2, especially with the buff going live next month. So this is the thing about allowing some of those champions which I've used to then be available to do a lot more of this, which I'm then like, hey, that is amazing quality of life improvements. So shout out to Kabam for that one, of getting that one into the game. Okay, so Sabretooth Synergy pair up, or Sabretooth pair up, does look pretty impressive. Kabam have not yet made a statement whether or not they will plan to change it in any kind of way, but you know, that's the thing. Players are going to be ramping up and ranking up this champion based on a lot of the stuff they see, and that's one of the biggest problems and biggest things that could be threatening this, is that if it's hyped too much, Kabam may look to change this, nerf this down, and obviously further changes can be made. However, I hope they don't do that, because obviously you overhype something, players then rank up, then they waste resources, and then it's a case that Kabam probably wouldn't go like, right, we'll refund it. Either way, the fact is, it looks very impressive. I'm not sure if I'm too happy with the way that it scales up from a point of how you start. So like the two methods for it, whether or not, number one, you kill yourself off so many times to then gather the persistent charges or persistent furies from fight to fight. Second thing is that, do you then go and hard work through it in order to build up. The same way you would like Aegon some particular content while building up combo meters or building up the Furies in this case. That's going to be one of the key things. In any case, what is everyone's thoughts on this particular situation? Do you think this is something that Kabam will end up nerfing, or will they just leave it as it is? Either way, I don't know if it's really the best situation in the world. Obviously, you got two options, whether or not you want to go, right, well, I'll go in just each time and like you waste a lot of units building it up. Yes, you make it easier for yourself, but the same principle could be for that if you go through with just the champion and just build up fight to fight, building up those Furies. It might take a little bit longer. It depends how you want to start off. Start off by doing a lot of like butt kicking first off, or it's a case of like a lot of like dying first off. Either way, it's a bit of a not a lost leader, but it's a bit of a weird situation to kind of like start the fight with. But I'm sure that players will like that if it's a case of damage outputting a huge amount from a very quick standpoint in the extensive grind, which is annoying for me because I've just about, and I will be 100%ing Labyrinth for Legends today. After doing one path a day for the last few days whilst I've been on holiday. So yeah, coming back to see that, it's just like, it's just like rubbing salt in the wounds. So annoying. But, you know, what can you do? And now let's talk about good old matchmaking. Alliance Wars matchmaking. Can't beat it. Sort of, you can beat it. Beat it with a stick. Okay, so the Alliance War situation is a bit of a weird thing to talk about. It's a weird thing to talk about because I've been in an alliance that hasn't really been able to get past certain points or certain ranks because of issues when it comes to alliances we face off against. The way that the tiering system works, from like obviously winning to losing, the excessive amount of gain to what you then lose from losing an alliance war, and how it impacts greatly. So I've been in one of those alliances for a while that hasn't been able to make strides or make gains. However though, this is the first time in any kind of season that we've been able to make gains, and obviously it's based on the way that it's been, the situation, the matchmaking has been settled out. There's going to be people that are going to be incredibly unhappy about this situation because maybe they've been in an alliance that has not, I wouldn't say benefited or kind of, it's not even exploited, it's just basically that's how it's been, that you've been able to gather into higher base of ranks because of the situation as it is. Has it been fair? Well, you can't really comment on that. The fact is, obviously, we're at the whim of how Kabam make this particular game mode. So obviously they feel that based on what they've seen and obviously what a lot of players feel, that, well, the matchmaking needs to change. So the Mercenary puts together a good point here, saying our previous war was against the guys completed last season at Gold 1. Thus, we did at Gold 2. Don't want to describe everything about them, just know that most of their main attackers were 4-star maxed and rank 4 5-stars. Surely they got demolished, didn't even make it to the mini-boss. Now the system is changed and old system was never allowed us to match with them. It's like in parallel universes, they were playing and being happy and bragging how skilled they were. Now Kabam degraded every universe into one. Like it or not, this is the fair one. If they are so unhappy and skilled, they can change their current alliances and jump into good ones if they accept them with that lousy prestige. Obviously, one player here, Seraphine, is looking to obviously be a little bit boastful about beating big alliances and just obviously showcasing that where they are now, who they're facing off against. And the fact is, obviously, this is a very stonkingly big alliance that they're going up against to beat, theoretically. So, like, yeah, obviously, it's well earned, but obviously, the point is where you're pairing up against is very important. But as well, obviously, you know, you hope for the best of a win. Obviously, this is all very weird for me because I've gone through many seasons not enjoying Alliance Wars because of where this kind of like put us with opponents. And maybe the opponents for those like last few seasons have not been fair to where our alliance should be. So obviously, like, it's weird for me to kind of say, I don't really think it's fair for me to have an opinion on the changes because I'm benefiting from these changes. And obviously for those that aren't benefiting, yes, you're going to drop down. And it's maybe a case of going like, should I be in this alliance? And as well, you're maybe questioning a lot of things about where you are with your MCOC career. So maybe a case you might want to look to join a new alliance when the season ends, or, you know, in a moment. But the fact is, you know, we need to see how this plays out further, because it's just in the first, 2 wars. We're just about to matchmake for our 3rd war of the season, and it is important to get an idea whether or not this is going to be an ongoing thing, whether or not this Alliance War matchmaking is fair or not, because I know there'll be a lot of players with a lot of different opinions, and especially in this post, which I'll put a link to in the description down below, if you want to have your say on the matters. Now on to arena predictions, or predictions for round 2 of Darkhawk and Guardian are down here at the moment, so obviously check them out. Obviously, the difficult thing for me is giving a 5-star prediction, because not many things have been posted when it comes to the results for the 5-star, which could have gone a lot higher, but as well with the way that the 4-star's gone, which has gone like a good flat 12 mil, a little bit below that. You know, it's quite incredible to kind of know that there's the support for this champion compared with, say, you know, the last champion, which was Hitmonkey. In any case, you can pick up a Darkhawk for 1.6 mil, which was pretty impressive. It's good to see that that champion went low, and obviously that's the reason why I've gone my predictions being a little bit lower than I did last week, which I think was 2.2 mil. The results for position 712 was 11.9 mil, so it does come close to what I predicted. I think I did about 12.5 mil, so yeah, I'm going to go with the same thing for round 2 to guarantee you the bag. And there we go, that has been the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. A bit later than normal, but that's just how it goes. Life always comes in the way when you least expect it. Go and check out some recent content here, and as well, obviously, I'm going to do 100% Labyrinth for Legends today. I might stream it actually over on Twitch, but as well, I'll be working on some other content and other guides as well. So see you all very soon for that. Bye bye.